In this video, I'm going to teach you how to do YouTube ads for software. So I'm going to show you how you can sell SaaS products with YouTube advertising. Now guys, I would really appreciate it if you could go and move your finger right over to that like button and hit it. Please, that would be amazing. Now let's get right into this video. So why would you want to use YouTube ads to sell software? The first reason is that YouTube has a massive audience. There are over 2 billion monthly users, right? Everybody's on YouTube. And not only do they have a massive audience, it's the world's second biggest search engine behind Google.com. And on top of being the world's second biggest search engine, you can actually target the people who are using Google.com on YouTube. So you get to target people on both Google.com and YouTube with YouTube ads. So the power behind YouTube ads is incredible. Now, another reason YouTube ads are so powerful is that people on YouTube often use it as an educational resource. So they're on there to learn, they're on there to watch videos about fitness, about crypto, about anything you can think about, and they're learning. Like, if I look at what I use YouTube for, it might be 20% entertainment and 80% educational. So it's the perfect place to find qualified leads and buyers for your business. Now, if your software solves a specific problem, YouTube is a great platform because you can go find people who are searching for solutions to that problem or watching videos on how to solve that problem. That's what makes YouTube so powerful. I want to give you guys a few examples of software companies that have absolutely crushed it with YouTube. So for example, Monday.com is a project management software. A lot of their ads have over 5 million views, and one of them has over 38 million views. So they're clearly using YouTube quite heavily. So Grammarly.com literally has billions of views on their ads. They have reached out to everybody, everybody's seen their ads, and they have absolutely leveraged YouTube to the max to grow their software. Now, another one that's really popular is ClickFunnels.com. This one is one you guys might be more familiar with, but ClickFunnels has often hundreds of thousands of views on their videos. They've at this point probably spent millions of dollars on YouTube ads, and it's clearly a profitable traffic source for them. So when it comes for YouTube ads for software, I want to give you 2 strategies for different software companies, right? So the first strategy is if you're a software company who's venture-backed and you have deep pockets, right? And then the second strategy is for those of you who are on a bootstrap budget. So first, let's cover the VC-funded companies and how they can use YouTube ads. So the one downside of YouTube ads is that customers do cost a fair bit to acquire, right? As compared to cold email or some of these organic strategies. The upside is it's very scalable. So if you can acquire customers without having to worry about short-term cash flow, YouTube ads is really great for you. And that's where these bigger companies like Monday.com and Grammarly shine because they have VC funding. So they can go out there and acquire a customer and they won't break even on this customer for maybe 3 months or 5 months. So because their lifetime value might be 6 months to a year, they're happy to keep going with the ad spend because they know that they're going to make a huge amount of profit after they break even after a few months. And this totally makes sense because their customer lifetime value can be anywhere from 2 to 4 times higher than what they're spending to acquire a customer, and they're overall very profitable. The reason for this is they have just massive marketing spend and cash flow because of their venture capital investments that they've gotten. So that's kind of how these bigger companies are running it. Now, what do you do if you're a smaller bootstrap company and you don't have a ton of cash sitting around? So often with the self-funded bootstrap startups, you can't spend more than 2 months of a customer's membership to acquire that customer, right? So if it takes, let's say, 2 months to break even on a customer, you're probably okay, but anything more than that, it just gets too expensive, even if your lifetime value is like 5 times higher than that, because you don't have the short-term cash flow to support those customers, right? And that's a major problem. So because of this, what we find is that free trial offers or straight to the membership offers don't work as well with YouTube ads for self-bootstrap startups, because the fact is you're paying upfront to acquire this customer. Yes, you do make money in the long term, but you don't have the cash flow to get to that point, right? Like you need money to run those ads. So in fact, I don't like doing free trials. I don't like doing kind of like straight to membership. What I like to do is bundling. This is the secret to sell YouTube ads with SaaS if you are not venture backed. You have to bundle your software in. So either, let's say, a special deal where they get 1 year upfront for 6 months, but they pay for 6 months upfront. So you're basically breaking even or making a profit on the front end, or packaging your product with, let's say, an info product or a course that helps them solve that problem. So for example, if you have a software that solves, let's say, the technical side of the problem, you may still have to give the customer knowledge. So ClickFunnels does this really well because what they do is they will sell you on a course on how to, let's say, build profitable funnels, but then they'll bundle in a membership to their software. And then obviously that customer will keep using their software for years on end, and they'll make massive amounts of money on the long term. So that's how you can kind of get people in and break even or be profitable on the front end. And basically what you're doing is you're combining your software with some sort of training program and throwing in a few months of software into that training program, and you basically are acquiring software customers for free. So that's something I highly encourage you to do if you are a software company. Look at how you can use education or training and bundle them in with software to be able to scale with paid advertising without going broke or without having to basically go into negative cash flow to get those new customers. And with ClickFunnels, not only do they do bundling in with courses, they'll do free plus shipping book offers. So they'll get people in to buy a book and then the course and then the software. They have a lot of different strategies they use, but ultimately they're masters at bundling, they're masters at upselling and downselling, right? So they have so many courses, but then they have the software and then they have the books. So essentially they're able to break even on their spend quite easily, and that allows them to keep bringing in new customers, and that builds that long-term cash flow from all these recurring customers that are just paying ClickFunnels. So guys, I hope that helped you with understanding how to run YouTube ads for your software company. I know this was a very strategy heavy video. However, if you want a more in-depth step-by-step guide to setting up your YouTube ads, I do have an in-depth YouTube ads tutorial for 2021 or for 2022, as we're almost there. There'll be an end screen to watch the in-depth tutorial video, and that goes all over how to do the technical side of setting up your YouTube ads step by step. And I'll see you in that video.